What's up, Libra? Welcome to your April, I was going to say April 2020 journal reading. This is for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It's not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your other signs because it may make a little bit more sense this month. I want to thank all of you guys for coming to my channel. If you're new, I'm Danny, fellow Libra. If you are returning, what's up, Libra gang? I'm happy to be here. It's taken me a while to even start recordings because I'm gonna be honest with you, my mind has been all over the place. Classic Libra shit, right? Thinking about a million things at a million miles a minute. Not only that, just being someone who's super empathic, I've been super in my feelings, and not even for me, I'm blessed to say that I am doing well, and the people who are closest to me that are doing well. But man, just feeling the heavy energy of everybody else is a lot for me, and I'm really sensitive. And even the more I've gotten into like my own, like spiritual journey and like doing these tarot readings, and you're practicing and you're really working your gift and you're happy when things are developing more, but then you don't realize you feel everything. You're more sensitive, like things are heavier, you know what I mean? So it took me a while to even be able to record anything for April, just because like, whoa, what is going on? So I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm excited to get this reading out because Libra, what I do love is there are 3 major arcana here. We've got the Chariot, the Strength card, and the Emperor. It looks like no matter what is going on, Libra is making it our business to thrive and to push on and to keep going and to figure it out and to get creative and to try new things. Like Libra is still finding ways to be Libra in the middle of all of this crazy stuff. And so I think that's really, really beautiful. Now, at the bottom of the deck, Libra, we've got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a very aggressive energy. It is the fastest knight in all of the deck. So I do feel like, especially, I think I was telling Aries this, because I was telling them, like, I think this time for, Libras, we're the socials of this of zodiac, honey. Like us Leos, like just air and fire signs in general, I think there's like a little bit more of a struggle than say maybe like a water or earth energy, just because we're out here, we're doing the things, hey, what's up, charisma, come on, interaction. Like, I don't know, Libras, I've always thought of us as like outgoing introverts. I think there's a side of us that very much likes to be alone, but like we be in the wind and doing the things. And when I want to be out, I want to be out. And when I do what I want to do, I want to do what I want to do. And so I think that there is this, understandably so, this energy that may be sweeping through where it's like we're feeling a little bit impatient, maybe a little bit aggressive, a little agitated, just a pinch extra, maybe even a little bit more sensitive. So just be mindful of that at this time. Everyone is doing the best they can just to like get through the days, okay? And so don't take anything to heart, understand this is a time that we really can't be moving and doing a whole lot, but we can be making a whole lot of plans and manifesting our asses off and staying inspired and getting ready and gearing up for when the restaurants open again. Guys, I can't wait to go to brunch. Anyways. Okay, so we've got the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. So Cancer energy with the Chariot, Knight of Wands energy, that's fire energy, and then we've also got the 3 of Pentacles. Again, I think this is a really good time for Libra. We're going to be getting real creative. Libra we're having a full moon in Libra tomorrow, which is so I'm recording this on Monday the 6th, so we're having it on Tuesday the 7th, and like I said, it's in Libra. What that means is it's really like a self-care time, self-care, self-love, which is perfect because most of us aren't really in a space where we could be out doing much anyways, right? This is a really good time to heal relationships, heal bonds that maybe have been a little bit broken, been a little bit off. If you've had friends who you haven't really spoken to, haven't really resolved things with, if you've got a lover where things are just feeling a little wonky, I was just telling Cancer, like, we're all just simply trying every day. And some people are dealing with this differently than others. Some people it's impacting in different ways than others. And so especially as it pertains to relationships and loving relationships, if you have someone who's in your life and maybe you've been a little standoffish, or you feel like they've been a little bit standoffish, this is a really good time to, with this full moon energy of Libra, get in there and heal some things and just be a fucking Libra and lovable, and you know what I mean? Like really take care of yourself and press on. Now, I like how there's a lot of fire energy, even though, again, this isn't a time of really doing. Normally, yes, it would be. This is Aries energy, fire energy, beginning of the year, but there's a lot of fire with the earth energy. So I think there's a really good balance. There's a lot of duality in that, with like gearing up but being grounded. This is a really good time, like I said, to really be making plans for future things, being open to different things too, because I think what this time is kind of forcing us all to do is to kind of get creative again. Go back to basics in terms of what is it that I want to do, whether this is your relationships, whether this is your businesses, your careers, that type of thing, your home life. There's a lot of that. So Chariot energy, Cancer energy again. Some of you guys might be dealing with a Cancer sign. Lord knows I am. And a Cancer rising, so you know. But it is an energy of success. It's an energy of moving forward. It's an energy of victory, but it's also an energy that in order to do all of that, it requires balance, right? We've got the two Sphinx here, which in the original deck, they're present as well. And that's how the chariot is being moved forward. Well, in this deck, she's riding a motorcycle, but even to ride a motorcycle, there you have to balance, right? You can't be too lopsided on either side, otherwise you're going down. And so I think this is a really good time to just be really in the balance. You know, Libras, we are the balancers of the zodiac sign, or of all the zodiacs and all the zodiac signs. God, I can't talk. And sometimes we take on that, we take on the task naturally of having to be those people and be that person. And I know it gets exhausting, but if not for anybody else, we gotta do it for ourselves, right? But I think there's a lot of beauty that's coming ahead for Libras. This is the pause before we get there. And the pause allows for clarity. It allows for play and you know, trying new things, which Libra loves. So there's a lot of good that can come from this if we are just being positive and being open-minded. I think that's the biggest thing. There's really nothing that we can expect. We don't know what to expect at this moment. As I'm saying that, we've got the Tower card at the bottom. So of course there's been a shakeup globally, right? And again, I think a lot of Libras were really at that point, especially in terms of business, where like things were just about to take off, or you were just about to implement something new, or there was just something new that was going to happen. Some of you guys, this has to do with business. Some of you guys, this has to do with relationships. And maybe now it's like this is or you feel like it's put an end to all this. Again, I want you to really watch yourself, especially if you are in a relationship with a Cancer. Some of you guys might be feeling a little agitated at this time and be wanting to kind of aggressively say how you feel or complain about something. It just feels like there might be a little bit of like things are off right now. And some of you guys might be feeling a way about it. But that's just for some of you guys. But overall, again, I think this is the time where Libra really wants to move, and in many ways is feeling restricted, right? We've got the Knight of Wands, and it's being clarified by the Ten of Swords. What I love about the Knight of Wands is, to me, he like embodies play. Like playful energy, doing new things, right? The Knight of Wands is a fast-moving energy as well. He takes action, but the cool thing about the Knight of Wands is he's always trying something new. He doesn't go back to old things. Like, this isn't a person who revisits the past. Like, he's always like, oh, this feels good. This looks cool. I'm gonna do this for a second. Oh, shit, that looks cool. That feels good. I'm gonna do that for a second. So this is a really good time to be exploring. Again, get playful. Get back to basics. Do things that make you feel good. I've been listening to a whole lot of 90s music lately, and like just really kind of doing things with my son that I would do when I was a kid, and it's been good for me, actually more therapeutic than I thought it was going to be. Where I've been feeling a little bit more stagnant in certain areas, I think it's kind of given me some release and given me some ideas. Now, of course, my other stagnancy just coming from like overall stress and like overthinking. that's a whole nother thing. But I think also what this Ten of Swords being with this Knight of Wands is saying is the more that you do this and put yourself in this energy of like just, you know, getting out there, being playful, being light, yes, taking care of yourself, but trying not to take everything so seriously and think about everything. That's how we combat this, right? Because there's a lot of overthinking that can easily happen right now. We are all experiencing something completely foreign, completely new, and a lot of us don't know what to do. And us air signs, we are cursed with the over analysis paralysis. Like we will just sit there and just going back and forth in our minds, trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense because it's just not supposed to make sense in a certain type of way. And don't let that be the thing that stops you from moving forward. Again, I just feel like there's newness that's coming in terms of Libras. A lot of you guys are collaborating in different ways. So some of you guys, it's funny. So we got the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Three of Pentacles is very much a social card. It's very much about getting out there, networking, meeting people who do different things. I think a lot of you guys are exploring different talents that maybe you didn't realize you had. Or maybe you guys are taking advantage of the time to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Like I've been doing all types of like online workout classes and stuff just because I can and they're available, and it's really put me in a place where I kind of have to slow down more and do this stuff too, and it's been really great for me. It's been giving me ideas for, you know, perhaps business things, right? Whenever we see pentacles, we could think money, we think big business, that type of thing. So that's really good. Also, there's something about a lot of Libras coming together and possibly like coming up with new ideas with friends, like people who are close to you. Maybe this time you guys are feeling inspired to start a new group, a new podcast, a new business, something like that. There's a coming together. Again, people all over in general are just getting really creative. And with all of this happening, we're seeing a lot of us that like, okay, I'm not where I want to be, and I haven't been where I wanted to be. I was just living in something that was comfortable, right? But now I want to do something that is more in line with of my purpose, and I want to be open to just trying something new, right? So in the next row, we've got the Three of Cups, Strength card, and the Two of Pentacles. Again, it feels like there's a coming together, especially with friends, to create something pure, something beautiful, something that can be celebrated, and something that celebrates, especially certain people. Like, I don't know if you guys are creating a certain business or something, like there is like you are marketing it for a certain people, like a certain tribe. It's very specific, but it feels very, very good, very empowering. I'm just looking at how this Three of Pentacles, how like, look at how confident this model is that she's drawing. And like, she just looks like she feels like totally empowered, right? Again, going back to this Five of Wands, let's clarifying the Three of Pentacles. This is really a time where we can't really take much action, right? In terms of getting out, getting about, but this is a really good time that we could be planting seeds and meeting new people and being open, doing research, learning a new something so that when, you know, it's time to really get it cracking, we can. So yeah, a lot of you guys, it feels like there may be friends involved, Emperor energy, right? Emperor is, to me, the boss, the father. It is like the ultimate masculine energy here on earth. Like, you know, instead of like a magician, like this is like the masculine energy, in the earth sense. And of course, we are in Aries energy. The Emperor is the Aries card. Now, we already have the Emperor here too, which we'll get into. So there's a double message. This time is really a good time for Libras to really be taking control, especially creatively, in terms of what it is that you guys want. Because whatever you guys were doing before, whatever jobs you may have had before, or duties you were doing before, whatever things that you were taking on, some of you guys were taking on too much in things that didn't belong to you. It's almost like for some of you with this, you know, everyone kind of having been quarantined, it kind of really freed you from something. Now, of course, that may have given you some other issues in terms of like maybe it was a certain job that just you did not like, but you know, it was your paycheck, right? Or something like that. But I feel like you guys really get this sense of freedom through something. Now, we got the Strength card next. So whenever we get the Strength card, that implies that there's something that we're going to need strength for. This is a time where wheels are turning. Things are definitely changing and moving forward in a different way. And so I just want you guys to have that kind of unshakable faith moving forward. I think a lot of us don't really know what to expect moving forward. I think it's really scary. I think come August, that Leo season, things are going to be coming a lot more clear. We're going to be feeling very confident in what it is that we're choosing to do. A lot of us are going to be out there on the scene, being seen. Leo energy is that very charismatic energy. They're very like showy, right? Like they're popular, like people like them. They're also go-getters. There's something that's going to shift majorly, especially with a lot of you Libras having to do with your business, which is it's like new levels, new devils, right? So for some of you guys, that means that you're going to have to find it's going to be going through like a recalibration period of like having to find the balance in whatever is new. And some of you guys are figuring that out right now, right? I think that with everything going on, school shutting down, all this stuff, it's really caused a lot of adults to kind of step out of their norm and have to figure things out in a whole different way. Having to figure out childcare and like distance learning, or, how to conduct your job, telecommuting when you got kids at home, that type of thing. Or even if you don't, if you are a, self-employed person, like just the ways in which this affects everybody, like this affects everybody. And I get that. But what it also is doing is like forcing Libras to be creative, forcing Libras to really step out and do their thing. And look at this. Emperor and Empress, right? Some of you guys are in a really, really beautiful relationship where the other person really, really holds you up. I just want you to know that. I don't know if that's really a focus this month. I think for Libras, kind of the focus is just getting recalibrated and feeling like, okay, when I come out of this, I can still be successful. Because again, it feels like before all of this shit kind of hit the fan, Libra was like right on the cusp of something just crazy dynamic. And not to say that you aren't, but we've got to pause now, right? But it feels like for some of you guys who are in relationships, you guys really have someone who's out, beside you, who really wants to lift you up and be that person for you. And together, if you guys were to put your minds together, you would just tear shit up. It's almost like I'm thinking of like those YouTube couples that people just love to watch their lives. Like it's almost like that. Like people would like just really look at you like y'all would be relationship goals. You know what I mean? Make sure that you are nurturing those relationships too. Again, I was just telling Cancer, and you guys got the Cancer card. I was just telling Cancer, a lot of people are in their own head, in their own way, and feeling their own feelings about everything that's going on. And so what that has caused, unfortunately, is for a lot of people to kind of not maintenance their relationships in the ways that they normally would, right? Because we're all stressed. We all deal with stress differently. So there's a little bit of a balancing act with that. But I just want to say, if you are in a relationship, you guys are really, you got someone who really is by your side and like who's really down for you. There might be a little bit of a distance. There might be a little bit of a disconnect at this time. But really utilize this time to kind of just like have fun and flirt and get to know each other again, right? Because we should always be constantly learning our partners. Like we're always evolving, right? So if you just assume that you know me based on whatever last year, maybe not. Yeah, but no. You know what I mean? Okay, so 7 of Wands and the Emperor and the Victory card of 6 of Wands. Love, 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 love. So 7 of Wands. Some of you guys might be feeling very defensive at this time. Again, stress is high. It's a lot, a lot of people are fighting in their own ways, their own battles, their own struggles. I just want you to know, though, that the war has been won. You don't have to fight these little battles. I just see you guys actually really in a really powerful place this month, even if it doesn't seem like it, even if there are times that don't seem like it, especially right now. I would really advise you guys to check back on this reading at the end of the month and see how it plays out, because a lot of times things don't really make sense till the end of the month anyway. But I think Libra's going to be finding themselves in a really powerful place, making some new decisions. Don't fight anything right now. Like right now is not the time to fight anything right now. If there's something that you're not liking, you can recognize it and address it, or you can like leave it alone. But fighting it's not going to get you anywhere. Libra, you guys, look, you got Emperor twice, Empress, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Chariot, Six of Wands. There's so much coming together. And again, this time is allowing you guys to be very, very creative. I think a lot of you guys are going to be collaborating with new people, trying new things. There's something about friendships coming together to make something beautiful. Maybe this whole quarantine has showed you guys that there is a need for a certain something, and you are creating that. A lot of you guys too, be having that full moon in Libra, which, you know, is really going to talk and speak to Libra's image and who Libra is, right? How Libra shows up in the world, what you want to show up as. When people think about you, what you want to be known as, what you want your legacy to be. There's a lot of that being, you know, called to the forefront too. So that alone time is really, really good for you, Libra. If you guys are quarantining, in the quarantine alone. God, I can't talk right now. Right? This is a really good time for that, because I think a lot of you guys are getting really clear on what you want and how you want to move forward in the world. This doesn't seem like so much like, so yeah, there's a little bit of touch of the relationship, especially like I think a lot of you guys are in a really good place and just kind of finding that balance again. This is what that's going to require of you this month. But in terms of you guys and how you show up in the world and how whatever it is that you do for a living and how you ground yourself and all that, just like you overall, there's a lot of elevation that's going to be happening in this month, right? A lot of elevation, a lot of victories, a lot of ways in which I think Libra, you guys are going to come to a point of really standing out in some way. I think this could be, it's almost like this pause is like the best thing that could be happening for you guys going forward in your business endeavors. And just, again, how you show up in the world. Like, and again, new devils, new levels. Two of Pentacles, there will be a balancing of that. It's like, you know, they kind of say more money, more problems. Whenever we get granted and blessed with new things, it doesn't mean that life is automatically different or so much easier. We still have to learn how to balance those things, right? And so for you guys, especially if this is like career stuff, there's going to be a need to kind of learn how to like rebalance your family life and your career, or your, you know, your personal life and your home life, that type of thing. Queen of Pentacles, I just see a lot of Libras actually really being in a good place come the end of April. Yes, there's going to be struggle in between. Yes, there's going to be overthinking in between. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable in between. And yes, you may want to snap at people in between. But in the bigger grand scheme of things, you guys are getting a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas. It's a really good time for you guys to slow down. You're really kind of reworking how you want to be seen in the world, your self-image. You're really kind of putting that work back into your relationships and balancing those out, because it feels like with everything that's gone on, you guys have been kind of out of whack. So it's really, really good. Now, clearing debts. It says your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. Yes, loves it. And then with that, 2 love oracle or romance oracle cards fell out. Getting to know each other in heart-to-heart conversations. So getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yes. Again, this reading doesn't feel like it's too much based in love. But if there is a love, like those of you guys who are in a relationship, it feels like there could be distance or maybe some type of pause even in your relationship. This is a really good time to get back down to basics and get to know each other, have these conversations. If you've been feeling a little bit left out or a little bit displaced in your relationship, it's a good time to say it. It's just a good time to really rally for yourself right now, Libra. And I think that when you do, there's a lot of beauty that will come out on the other side. So I love you guys. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can reach out to me at shesvibeytarot@gmail.com. Let me know if this resonates, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.